26th of July and it is the final day of Elim Festival Online 2020. Come on, dance with me. It's your last chance. Are you feeling good today? Good night's sleep? Feeling fresh? Have you had breakfast yet? I haven't. I'm having bacon. Who's ready for more devotionals? We've got 2. Who's up for some talks? Who's up for more live games? Me! Hooray!
Hi everyone, welcome to the Camp Essential Workout. Now, camping without mentioning toilets wouldn't be camping, would it? So, we've got the camping toilet squat. What have you got there, Kate?
I've got a camping toilet, our trusty camping toilet.
Our trusty camping toilet. Now, there's one thing we all know and we definitely practice, and that is going to the toilet without touching the toilet. So this is Camp Essentials number 5, and it's the camping toilet squat. So, Kate, demonstrate please. So she squats, try not to touch, and then up again. Keep your back straight, go down, and this is all about your quads. So let's work this hard and your core, and you'll be good to go. Maybe not good to go. Maybe that's not the right use of the term maybe for this one. Please don't go while you're doing this. But anyway, let's get on with this one. Camp Essentials number 5, toilet squat. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. This is quite good, isn't it? How are you feeling?
Feeling good, legs are starting to burn a bit.
Come on, maybe we can push it a couple more seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there you go. Brilliant, great job. We'll never touch the toilets. Essentials number 6. Well, we call this the baked bean press. Now, this is probably a bit small. The camp tins would be ideal, or if you've got some weights like Kate has, you can use those. And Kate's going to demonstrate this. This is to work out your chest and your arms. And so this is the camp bean press. Let's go for it. So it goes together, straight up, down, and back in the middle again, and back up again. Again, as many as you can in 30 seconds, but let's keep our form. Let's not dip our back and hit our backs. It's all to do with the chest and the arms. So, Kate's going to do the weights. I'm going to do it with baked beans, or even you could use a squash bottle. In fact, I think I'll have a go at those. So, let's go. You ready? We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I don't think I've ever pressed squash like this before. Bizarre things we do at camp, eh? There we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. So, Megan Earl said, do a fitness video, she said. In the sun, she said. For camp, she said. Not pushing up beans and squash. But anyway, there we go. Okay, you're doing brilliantly well. And this now is 30 seconds of the camp press. Well, we all know that it's good to have slightly stronger arms and core for anything we do in camp. You know, singing, worshipping, rolling around in the grass, whatever you want to do. But this is the camp press. This is Essentials number 7. And Kate is going to show you how to do a full press up. There you go, your back straight down. And if you can't quite do that, then you can do it on your knees with your legs up and do that as many as you can in 30 seconds. If you really want to go extreme, then just follow me or this helicopter and we will do it with our legs up on a chair. So, you ready? Let's go. 2, 1. Go. Keep it going. Last few. And there we go. Well done. Good job. Good job. Essentials number 8. The last one before we do a warm down. And this one is the tent peg pickup. And we're going to do lunges for this. We're just using some cups or cates. I'm going to show you how to use it without anything at all. And all it is you're going to stand in one place, have 3 cups in 3 positions, and then you're going to chase to one, lunge down, touch it, jog back. Go to the next one, jog backwards. So you're always going to go forwards to the cup or tent peg, and then come backwards and up. You want to not bend your back. You want to lunge down and use your quads. And this is going to be a cardio one if you do it quickly, or just a toning, stretching if you're doing it slowly. So let's get into this one. Kate's just going to give you a quick example. That's it. Make sure you lunge right down low. Try not to bend your back. That's it. And you're just going to keep doing that. So we're going to do that in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Excellent. Keep going, come on. This is your last exercise. Keep doing this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, there you go. Brilliant. That's excellent. You've done that. And we're now going to go into a cool down. So just take a breath and we'll start the cool down. Well done. You've done a great job there. We're now going to do a cool down stretch. And you know what, if you hear the seagulls at all, then I'm sorry about that, but they've just not long had babies and they're looking after one another. So hope that's okay. We are in North Wales, next to the beach. So there you go. You can hear them now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do 4 different stretches and then we can chill out. So here we go. First of all, we're going to do our quads. So what I want you to do, pick up one leg and just briefly hold it to your bottom and then put it down again. Feet apart, about shoulder width apart, and do the other one as well. And you're going to do that 4 times on each leg. So that's 2, that's 3, and then that's 4. And then you're going to pick one up and hold it for 10 seconds. If you can pull it as close to your bottom as you can, push your hips forward, your shoulders back, and then stretch that quad out. And there we go, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then pick up the other one. Do the same again, as close to your bottom as you can. Look, if you can't get it that far back, then don't worry, but make sure that you push your knee towards your knee, your hip forwards, and your shoulders back, and you hold your core tight. And there we go, 3, 2, 1. Put it down and shake out your legs. Brilliant. Now we're going to do our hamstrings, and what we're going to do here is going to do it and stretch all your back at the same time. So keeping your foot on the floor, 1 foot at a time, put your foot down, and then you're going to, almost like you're shooing the chickens. So you shoo, touch the ground if you can, come up, and then reach to the sky and down, and do the next foot. Toes on the floor, down, through, and up, reach to the sky. And again, same again. There we go. So that will be 2 on each leg. And now this time, bring your foot down, push your heel down, bring your toe up, and then do it again. You'll feel the stretch a bit more. And go up, stretch up, and down. And same again on the other leg. I didn't think you'll be doing this today. Okay, last one on each leg. Toes in the air. Up. And last foot. Last foot. So you've got 5 feet, just both feet, there you go. So shake those out again. Now what we're going to do is lunges with a twist. So again, you just go down, lunge, keep the back straight, lunge, and when you get down 90 degrees with your leg, you're going to give it a twist, both sides, and then up, and then do your other leg. 90 degrees, hold it, and twist, and then up, and do that again. So you're going to do that 4 times in total. There we go. Twice, 2 more. Again. There we go. I think we'll leave that there. And then now, arm circles. So you're going to go forwards first. So feet shoulder width apart and do arm circles as high as you can, as wide as you can. You don't need to flap that you're going to take off. Just slowly does it. 4 times and then backwards 4 times. There you go. Maybe you can feel the blood rush into your fingers. If you can, maybe just slow down a bit. Okay, so there we go. And as we finish off, bring your feet together. You're going to bring your arms out wide, stretch as far as you can. Swan dive all the way down, touching your toes. Hold there for a second. Now slowly bring yourself up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Brilliant. Great job, great workout, and hope you can join us again for the Camp Essentials workout. Anthony and Kate, well, we know Kate's done most of the work, but hope you've enjoyed it and having fun for the rest of camp. See you soon.
Hello PowerKids, my name's Sarah and it's time for our story, Jonah and the Whale. It comes from Jonah 1-4 and Hebrews 1 verses 1-2. God had a job for Jonah. But Jonah didn't want to go. Go to Nineveh, God said, and tell your worst enemies that I love them. No, said Jonah. Those are bad people doing bad things. Exactly, said God. They have run far away from me, but I can't stop loving them. I will give them a new start. I will forgive them. No, said Jonah. They don't deserve it. I'll run away, Jonah said to himself. Far away, so far that God won't be able to find me. Then I won't have to do what God tells me to do. It's a good plan, he said, because as far as he knew, it was a good plan. But of course, it wasn't a good plan. It was a silly plan, because you can run away from God, but he will always come and find you. Jonah went ahead with his not very good plan. 1 ticket to not Nineveh, he said. Boarded a boat, sailing in the very opposite direction of Nineveh. Well, it wasn't long before a fierce wind blew, and the boat started to lurch and pitch and roll, and everyone started to turn green. You see, the first thing that went wrong with Jonah's not very good plan was that God sent a big storm after him. The sailors couldn't sail their ship properly. We're sinking, they screamed, and started throwing everything overboard. Suitcases, food, whatever they could find. By now, Jonah knew that the storm was his fault. Throw me in instead, he shouted to the sailors, and the storm will stop. The sailors weren't sure. It's the only way you can be saved, said Jonah. And so 1, 2, 3... Splash! No sooner had Jonah hit the water than the waves grew calm and the storm stopped. Just then, when Jonah thought it was all over, when he was sure that he was going to drown, God sent a big fish to rescue him. Fish swallowed Jonah whole with one big gulp. Jonah must have thought that he'd die. It was so dark in there, like a tomb. But then he smelled the rotting food and felt the slimy seaweed, and he knew he wasn't dead. He was in the belly, in the fish, sitting there in the darkness for 3 whole days. Jonah had plenty of time to think. Pretty soon he realised his plan was, well, a very silly plan indeed. He was sorry for running away. He prayed to God from inside the great fish, asked God to forgive him. After 3 days, the fish spat Jonah safely out onto the sandy beach. Just then, Jonah heard someone calling his name. Go to Nineveh, God said. And this time Jonah said, yes. He went straight to Nineveh and told everyone God's wonderful message. Even though you've run far from God, He can't stop loving you, Jonah told them. Run to Him so He can forgive you. The people of Nineveh listened to Jonah and they started loving God. They learnt to do what God said and to stop running away from Him just like Jonah. Many years later, God was going to send another messenger with the same wonderful message. Like Jonah, he would spend 3 days in utter darkness. This messenger would be God's own Son. He would be called the Word, because he himself would be God's message. God's message translated into our own language. Everything God wanted to say to the whole world in one person.
Hi PowerKids, happy to be beaming into you right now wherever you are watching this video. I'm so sad that I don't get to meet you in person this year. I was really looking forward to it, getting to know you, getting to meet you, camping together, hopefully in blazing sunshine. But you know by now that we're not able to do that. But Elim Festival is online, and so I hope that you're making the most of it and having a great time with PowerKids in everything that they're putting on for you this year. We have to wait a whole year till we can get back together and have some fun, but time passes quick, so it'll soon be here, so don't worry. Now I know that this week's theme is the word sent, and you've already been read to you the story of Jonah. What a strange story, isn't it? And I was thinking about what can I say to you guys about Jonah to give us a lesson of what God might want to say to us today. From a story that was written so long ago. A true story about a man called Jonah. You know, God asked Jonah to do something that was pretty scary. God wanted Jonah to go to a place where the people there weren't very nice. They weren't very nice people, and Jonah was scared to go to Nineveh, and he decided that he would take it upon himself to go in the total opposite direction from what God had said. And you all know by now, because you've heard the story already, that it got even more dangerous and unsafe for Jonah because he didn't do what God said. If he'd have gone to Nineveh, yes, it might have been scary, but God would have been with him, God would have helped him, God would have given him the words to say. Instead, he chose to go his own way, which became even more scary because he got swallowed by a fish. So I want to encourage you guys today, however young you are, wherever you are in your journey of faith, that if you feel God's asking you to do something cool or good, even though it might be a little bit scary, do it, because he's with you and you can get hold of God's hand and you can go on an adventure. Now, I don't know whether you know anything about Narnia yet, but if you don't, it's a great story that I'm sure will come your way soon, and maybe more soon after this. But it's about a bunch of children who discover this wardrobe, and they think it's just a wardrobe, and Lucy, the little girl, is playing hide and seek, and she steps into the wardrobe and she keeps walking through coats, and she's going backwards and backwards and backwards, trying to hide from her brother. And then all of a sudden her back hits a tree and it sticks in her back, and she feels it and it's cold, and she turns around and she steps out into this amazing land called Narnia, this kingdom. Strange word, but a great word, because it describes like a land of adventure. And they did some great stories and adventures in the land of Narnia. And you know, I think God invites us on an adventure in a kingdom where, yes, there might be some mountains to climb or some rivers to cross or some challenges, maybe challenges for you now in school or with your family, or things that are not always easy and not always safe. But when we step into God's kingdom, he invites us and he says, hey, come on kids, come on grown-ups, you can have a great life if you listen to me and if you do what I say. And yes, sometimes it might be a bit scary, but the opposite is going to be even more scary. If you don't choose my ways and you don't choose what I say, it'll be even more scary, just like it was for Jonah. His call was going to be dangerous in the sense of he might be a little bit afraid about what he had to do and preach to people that he didn't really like. But because he took things into his own hands, it was even more scary. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to be the best person you can be, to be the kindest person in your class, to be the most helpful in your home. And if you feel God is saying, maybe he could say something to you like, hey, why don't you write a card to your mum or your teacher or your Sunday school teacher and say thanks. Just things like that. Be kind. And I promise you, if you choose to adventure with God right now, even though you're only young, you are in for a great life. You might come to some rivers at times that you have to swim across, or some mountains that you have to climb, and they're just things in life that we might have to face, challenges we might have to face. But doing it with God is a whole lot easier than trying to do it on our own. So go for adventure. Go for big dreams. Dream big dreams. Go get into the kingdom of God and see what adventures he's got for you. I look forward to meeting you properly next year. We'll have a great time and I will see you then. Take care till we meet up. Have a great rest of the time in the festival. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but whatever's happening with PowerKids, I know it'll be good, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care, kids. Bye.
I'm just going to share what's happening this morning. So at 9:30 on Facebook Live, Sarah Whittleston is going to be leading a time of prayer and communion. So just a heads up, you'll need to get some bread and some juice so you're ready for that. Then at 10:15, Tim Cobham is going to be leading a devotion, and at 10:30 Linda Heron is going to be leading one. At 11 o'clock that will be our main meeting this morning, and Paul Hudson will be talking at that. And that's it, I think. So I hope you enjoy.